What's going on, YouTube? Superjon here. And I'm just going to bring you my recap on YCS Charlotte, the event from my point of view. Not going to really go into detail about who won and who didn't win. There's plenty of stuff on the internet that you guys can look at to find out what the top decks were and all that stuff. Of course, we know Samurai's won it. You know, there's still a great deck. You know, going to Gateway, going to 1 didn't really hurt. But anyway, and congrats to the winner, you know, good job. So, anyway, Charlotte, from my point of view, we arrived Friday, did pre-registration, and there were a bunch of bigger players at the event already. I introduced myself to a bunch of them. As you guys know, I do my recording from my phone, and it's you know, it hogs the battery, so I really didn't get much footage down there. I got a duel with me and Jarrell Pro Winston. That duel is up on my channel. If you haven't been to my channel, go ahead and click over there, watch that duel. Of course, subscribe while you're there. That'd be great. So I got that duel in, got the little video on pre-registration in. But anyway, like I said, I introduced myself to a bunch of people. Some of them were pretty cool. Some of them were not so cool, kind of like, you know, kind of stuck up. I'm not gonna, you know, name any names or anything, but by far, Jarrell was, you know, Pro Winston was the most real, you know, pro player that I met. He was real down to earth. Billy Brake was pretty cool. He seemed very friendly, you know, and the rest of them were like not. So anyway, so we did the registration, and then like Friday night, one of the guys that went down with us, TYP336, he is friends with Jarrell, and so he invited him back over to his hotel room Friday night for some play testing. I was a little skeptical that Jarrell would show up, but he did. He showed up. It was really cool. Got to play a few games with him Friday night, and you know, which really helped. He was running his Dragoonity build, so I got to. Yeah, I hadn't really played against it. I'd watched some videos on it, but I hadn't really played against it, so that really helped. I made a few tweaks to my deck that night before the tournament, which made all the difference in the world. And so that was that. You know, that was pretty cool. So then Saturday, I did play Dragoonities twice during the tournament, and I 2-0'd them both times. I was running X-Sabers. I went 6-3 in the tournament, and I was on the bubble for making the cut to the next day. Unfortunately, the two people, I had 3 losses, but two of the games I shouldn't have lost. And those 2 games, the other players dropped, and that really hurt. My one legit loss was to Samurai's. I won game 1, and then he went first on game 2, opened up with the nuts, with a Gateway, and he won that one. And then game 3, I didn't draw any warnings or saber holes or anything like that, and so I sat defensively, and then his turn, he opened Gateway with the nuts again. And so game 3 was kind of drawn out. He didn't just overwhelm me, but that was my only legit loss, was the Samurai's. My other loss was to Scraps. Game 3 I drew bad. I only played double Faltrell, and I drew both Faltrells game 3 with only like a Bogart Knight or something. So I pretty much had a dead hand, and so I lost that to Scraps, which I shouldn't have lost. And then my other loss was to Fish OTK. Again, game 3, drew double Faltrell with 1 Full Helm Knight. So another pretty dead hand. You know, not much you can do about that, except lose. So those were my 3 losses. I pretty much took care of everything else, no problem. The play testing with Jarrell the night before helped. Like I said, I made like 3 card changes, and they were pretty significant. So I'll be putting the deck list up of my X-Saber deck that I've played, you know, probably end of the week maybe, something like that. Very solid deck, had no complaints about it. So that was Saturday. And then Sunday I wanted to do a few regionals. They had the 16-man regional events. I switched decks, went to Samurai's. Probably a bad idea. I just wanted to do something different for the next day, and I mean, my samurai build plays fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but I think people were more prepared in their sideboard for the samurai matchup than they were with the X-Saber matchup that I was running. So I think that was just a bad choice on my part to go to Samurais. I should have stuck with X-Sabers. So I didn't win any of the regionals. I got a bunch of packs, whoopee. And so that was pretty much my weekend. I got to play Matt signed by Greg Abbey. That was cool. I sold both my binders out, both my trade binders, completely sold them out to vendors. So made some cash there. I'm currently restocking one of my binders because I knew I had plenty of stuff here that I could still trade. So I'll have a new binder update probably end of the week next week also. And so everything is new in it. Nothing like my old binder. So look for that. And let's see here. What else was I going to say? I think that's about it from what I can remember. Overall, I had a great time. I wish there was more events in the area, like that I can get to. I think the next event for me coming up that I might try to get to is a regional in South Carolina, in Piedmont, South Carolina. It's on April 16th, I think. So, I'll try to get to that because that's probably only 3 or 4 hours away. I might can do that. But anyway, again, duel with me and Pro Winston up on my channel. Games 1 and 2 are up right now. Game 3 I'll put up towards the end of the week. It's a really good duel. Game 3 is a really good game. You guys go check that out. And of course, subscribe. And then, like I said, I'll also be putting up the my X-Saber deck list that I went 6 and 3 with. And also new trade binders coming soon. So thanks a lot, YouTube. Peace.